9043. What is a helicopter pilot's responsibility when cleared to air taxi on the airport? A. Taxi direct to destination as quickly as possible. B. Taxi at hover altitude using taxiways. C. Taxi below 100 feet AGL avoiding other aircraft and personnel. The correct answer is C. When a helicopter pilot is cleared to air taxi on the airport, their responsibility is to taxi the helicopter below 100 feet above ground level, AGL, while avoiding other aircraft and personnel. Air taxi refers to a helicopter operation where the helicopter is taxiing close to the ground, utilizing hover or low-level flight techniques to maneuver between locations on the airport surface. It is essential for the pilot to maintain a safe altitude and avoid any potential hazards such as other aircraft or ground personnel during the air taxi operation. 9336. What minimum instrument experience in the past 6 calendar months meets the second-in-command requirement to maintain IFR currency in a helicopter? A. 6 hours in actual IFR conditions or 3 hours actual and 3 hours simulated IFR in a helicopter plus 6 instrument approaches. B. Holding procedures, intercepting and tracking courses using the navigation equipment, 6 instrument approaches logged in actual or simulated IFR in a helicopter, simulator, or a flight training device. C. 6 hours of actual or simulated time in a helicopter of the same type, plus 6 instrument approaches. The correct answer is B. To maintain instrument flight rules, IFR, currency as a second-in-command, SEC, in a helicopter, the pilot must meet certain instrument experience requirements. According to option B, the minimum instrument experience in the past 6 calendar months includes holding procedures, intercepting and tracking courses using the navigation equipment, 6 instrument approaches logged in actual or simulated IFR conditions. These instrument approaches can be performed in a helicopter, simulator, or a flight training device. By fulfilling these instrument experience requirements, the pilot can maintain their IFR currency as an SIC in a helicopter. 9337. What minimum conditions are necessary for the instrument approaches required for second-in-command IFR currency in a helicopter? A. 6 must be performed and logged under actual or simulated instrument conditions in a rotorcraft. B. 6 must be performed and logged under actual or simulated instrument conditions. 3 must be in a rotorcraft. 3 may be in an airplane or an approved flight simulator. C. All must be made in a rotorcraft category of aircraft or approved simulator or flight training device and logged while under actual or simulated IFR conditions. The correct answer is C. To meet the instrument approaches requirement for second-in-command, SC, IFR currency in a helicopter, all the instrument approaches must be performed in a rotorcraft category of aircraft, an approved simulator, or a flight training device. These approaches must be logged while under actual or simulated instrument flight rules, IFR, conditions. 9338. Within the past 6 months, a pilot has accomplished 2 approaches in a helicopter, 2 approaches in an airplane, 2 approaches in a glider. What additional instrument experience must the pilot obtain prior to acting as second-in-command under 14 CFR Part 135 on an IFR flight? A. 4 approaches in an aircraft, approved training device, flight simulator that is representative of the aircraft category, holding, intercepting, and tracking courses using the navigation systems. B. Passes an instrument proficiency check in any category aircraft, approved simulator or training device. C. Holding, intercepting, and tracking courses using the navigation systems in an aircraft, approved simulator, or approved flight training device. The correct answer is A. In order to act as second-in-command, SIC, on an IFR flight under 14 CFR Part 135, the pilot must obtain additional instrument experience. The given experience of 2 approaches in a helicopter, 2 approaches in an airplane, and 2 approaches in a glider does not fulfill the requirements for acting as SIC on an IFR flight. Option A states that the pilot must accomplish 4 approaches in an aircraft, approved training device, or flight simulator that is representative of the aircraft category. Additionally, the pilot must also have experience in holding, intercepting, and tracking courses using the navigation systems. This additional instrument experience is necessary to meet the requirements for acting as SEC on an IFR flight under 14 CFR Part 135. 9341. Within the past 6 months, a pilot has accomplished 2 approaches and intercepting, tracking courses using the navigation systems in a helicopter, 2 approaches, missed approaches, and holding in an approved airplane flight simulator, 2 approaches, and holding in an approved rotorcraft flight training device. What additional instrument experience, if any, must the pilot perform to act as second-in-command under 14 CFR Part 135 on an IFR helicopter flight? A. None. B. 2 approaches in a rotorcraft category aircraft. C. 2 approaches in either a helicopter or an airplane. The correct answer is B. To act as second-in-command, SIC, on an IFR helicopter flight under 14 CFR Part 135, the pilot must meet specific instrument experience requirements. In this scenario, the pilot has accomplished 2 approaches and intercepting/tracking courses using the navigation systems in a helicopter, 2 approaches/missed approaches/holding in an approved airplane flight simulator, and 2 approaches/holding in an approved rotorcraft flight training device.